Oh, no. Oh. I pushed the button too early. Push the button too early and cut off the music. Oh, do you want it again? Oh, no. Oh. Push the button too. My finger. I was all... You see, I get all excited, dear. I get all excited. Good morning, gang. I get all excited while that music's playing. And I don't know, I just pushed the button too early and cut it off. So disappointed with myself this morning. I really am, dear. Really am. I suppose we could have the end bit of it. Just a moment. Where is it now? Let's have the end bit of it. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. I think it's Bonnie Gray's. Hang on a minute. Is it this one? Is it this one? No. No, it's not that one. Beginning of the tournament. This is it. This is it. Hang on. Here we are. Here we are. Here. One minute. A very good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Monday, the 1st of June, 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you live from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire, boys and girls, in Bracknell in Berkshire. I'm sorry about that rather amateur moment then. You probably thought you was watching one of those awful live shows that all they do is sit there and read messages. Oh, hello, John. How are you today? Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks very much. Yeah. Did you have a nice weekend? Yeah, that's all right. Oh, hello, Mary. Hello, Mary. All right. I haven't got any messages at the moment. I don't really know what to do. But we don't do one of those shows, do we, dear? No, we don't. Very, very important, possibly the most important part of the show is revealing to you, boys and girls, revealing to you the brand new Barry Manilow picture of the month. But we need a jingle for that. The Barry Manilow. Oh, that button, I must get that fixed. It's like, look! No hairs. It's very, very important, boys and girls, to see what pose Barry is in for us this month. There was the May one, which now becomes the June. Oh, look at him. He's like a god, isn't he, darling? Why hasn't Barry Manilow got one of his own churches? I think he's Jewish, isn't he? Or his own synagogue, something like that. Barry Manilow is in the house. There he is, boys and girls, looking in all his glory in this June month. I wonder if anyone's moaned about that yet. Has anyone moaned? Oh, you've got the wrong date on there. Sad. Morning to Jason Hughes, Sprinter Van, Mike Reesponto, Mandy Davenport, Fran Green, Daniel Holmes in the house, Jason Hughes, Dave Holland. It's his birthday today. Dave Holland's birthday today, and you know, we like to make a little bit of a fuss if people are with us live and it's their birthday. So happy birthday to Mr. David Holland. Dave Holland is in the house today. Here we go, gang. Sing along with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dave. Happy birthday, Dave. You haven't put how old you are here. Dear me. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 1st of June, 2020. The day where lots of people go to work and lots of little children go back to school. Which is all going to end in disaster, mark my words. It's all going to end in disaster, but there you go. That's what they want to do. Can I just point out, just because the government said, oh, you can do this now, doesn't necessarily mean you can, or it's advisable. It's up to you what you do. Try and use your own brain. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, these stupid questions that come into the radio stations and all that. Oh, I've just had a heart transplant. Do you think it would be safe for me to get on a bus or not? Or don't you know that yourself, idiot? What do you think? Stupid people. Good morning to who else? All right, Dave. Happy birthday to you, sir. Hope you get a nice cake or something like that. Morning to the lovely Diane Jeb. Andy there. TH. Now, who's TH? Is that Terry? Is it Terry Housted? I think it might be Terry Housted. Can't quite see. It's such a tiny little picture in front of me. Morning, Terry. Morning to Mr. John Parrish. Morning to you. Casey Lane. Good morning, Casey. Casey is in the house. She does TikTok videos. I think it's you, isn't it? Little Casey. About 8 years old, I think. Charlie's sister, are you? Morning, Casey. Paul Adamson is in Amsterdam this morning. There's our delightful Claire. Morning, Claire. Danny Gibbs in the house. Good morning, Danny. Did you sleep all right, my love? I hope you were. Shh. Danny Gibbs is in the house. Well, you never used to snore when you stayed here, Danny. Morning to you, sir. Morning. Hello to Sean Pye. I did show you a picture of Sean Pye's front looking out of his door the other day. I shut on Sunday, but we have a completely different crowd on Sundays, or a lot of different people. So let me show you it again for you. There's Sean Pye's view from his window. I think it's possibly his kitchen window or living room window. It doesn't make any difference. That's what we're after now, boys and girls. Send us a picture on what you look out of your main window. That might be the kitchen window, the lounge window. Which window do you look out most from? What does it look out there? What is your view? That's it. What is your view? Not your view on anything. Your view. What is the view outside of your window? If you send those pictures in, and I'll show them on the show in the coming days, that'd be excellent. We want to see what you can see at the front of your house. Do make sure you don't identify where your house is. I mean, areas, all right, but not exact address, because we don't want people knowing your addresses. They'll only turn up with begging bowls. You know what people are like, dear. You start getting begging letters. Oh, hi. I wonder if you could do you ever have those letters from people in foreign lands? Do you? You know, oh, hi, I hope you don't mind me writing to you, but my sister's mother's aunt's daughter has just had a very bad kidney problem and needs a new kidney. And for $200,000, I can buy one of those and it will save her life. Please send money immediately. Do you ever get those? I get them all the time, dear. All the time. And I print them off and I use them as toilet paper. Do not fall for any of these scams, okay? There we are. So there's Sean Pye's view. If you want to send in a view of outside your front door, then please feel free to do so. That's the email address there. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and I'll put them on the next few shows or so. Anything else you want to send in? Pictures of your cat, your dog, perhaps a small video of your cat doing something stupid. Perhaps you're proud of something you've cooked, something you've achieved. Maybe you go abseiling. I mean, I'd like to see a few people go down rocks, to be honest, preferably, but without the rope. Something like that. You know, just take them to a quiet, someone you don't like. Take them to a quiet cliff, and then when they say, come and have a look, at bye-bye. Something like that. Any videos or anything like that at all, and you think you can send them in, or you want to send them in, that's the email address there. All right? There's our little Casey Lane there. Oh, Daniel Woodhouse. We are starting a new week exactly the same Dominic Cummings as we had last week. That's well spotted there, Daniel. Well spotted. Claire, you got some pictures of Virginia Walter on the new opening? Yes. She was there yesterday at the beautiful Valley Gardens. That's where I cycled to, Claire. It was so beautiful. I thought I'm going to make a sequence out of this. Just stunning on my little trip up there a while ago. I mean, it was hard going on the bike. That's a long bike ride from here, like 8 or 9 miles. I'm going to go for a long bike ride today, actually. When we finish the show, I shall jump on my bike. I've got parcels to post and letters. Do you know, I love posting your prizes off. Isn't that funny? I get great pleasure out of doing that. So last night I sat up here wrapping the various little bits and pieces up, and yes, they're all downstairs waiting to be posted, except, of course, for today's raffle prize, which will happen throughout the course of the show. And then when we find out who's watched that, as long as someone claims, that will go off as well. Of course, Claire's with us this morning, and I've still got your ticket here, Claire. Claire won the Super Draw last week, the Super Draw, which we have once a month. And Claire has now claimed that by email. She's with us there. Okay, Claim has already claimed that, but Claire has already Claim has already cleared that by email. Claire's already claimed that by email, and she has elected to have one of our fridge magnets. One of our fridge magnets not available for sale. You have to win one of these. She could have had that or the mug. That is in the post now for you, Claire. And one of those will be won again today throughout the course of the show. Right. Good morning to Chris Woodhouse this morning. Chris is outside his front door, so good morning to you, Chris. By the way, you won't be able to send in a photograph by text message. That won't work. I don't think that can get photo messages on that old phone that we've got there. Good morning to Gavin Bass. Good morning to Mick Davenport. Paul and Lou in the house. Morning, Paul and Lou. Michael Pullman, up nice and late for Michael Pullman. Peter Paliwoda, good morning to you. Dave was close on the bingo last night. You only need one number last night, didn't you? Yes. We've had some people come off the system and some people gone on the system for next week's bingo at Sunday night. So we're all looking forward to that. Okay, good. Had to order a new sprinkler. Sometimes I talk about the same things on Monday that I do on Sunday night because we don't have much time time for a chat on a Sunday night. But yeah, I've got one of those sprinklers that goes like that, and I think it's the third one that this has happened to now. They get stuck. They get stuck, but they don't get stuck like as in jammed. They just seem to stop moving. So they go like this, and they last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, I suppose, maybe a bit longer. Can't remember when I bought that one. It was a decent one, hose lock, which do all the garden stuff. And it goes like that, doesn't it, right? Right? And it always happens when you're not looking. You can't sit there and watch it, right, let's see if it gets stuck. And it'll be going like that for a couple of minutes. Okay, that seems to be all right now. You go in, you have your dinner in front of something on the telly, right? And then when you go back out again, there's this massive puddle in one area of the garden. You see, it's just stuck like that. And it's not like... When I say stuck, I don't mean it's jammed. You go over there, give it a little flick like that, and it starts moving all over again. It just seems to stop. And I've tried the little adjustments on either side of these things, right? Perhaps it's gone in too far, so I moved that back a bit like that. Nope. And it's all right again for a while. And you watch, and it's moving, and you watch, and it's moving. You come back inside, have a shower, come back outside, and that puddle's back again, and it stopped. That's the third one that's happened to. I prefer those ones rather than the twirly ones. Because the twirly ones, it just waters bits of the garden that you don't want it to water. With the other ones, you put it in a position and it just gets over that bit. And I don't know why they keep getting stuck. You can't really take them apart. They seem to be sealed. You can take the metal bit out, but that's about it. The rest of it seems to be sealed. So just had to draw. And there's another 20 quid down the plan. Oh, dear. Because I was going to water the lawn. I tried to water the lawn. I don't water the lawn usually. Very, very rarely. But it is literally... There's no green on it now. None at all. And I looked at the forecast. Thought, well, if it's going to rain this week, I'll leave it. No, we got no sign of rain at all. It's been ages and ages since we had any rain. We got a super chat coming in from Andy. Andy, thank you, Andy. Let me give you 2 free raffle tickets. Thank you very much. Anyone who sends in a super chat, otherwise known as a little tip, because they love me so much, then I give you raffle tickets. Free raffle tickets. Not 3. Free raffle tickets for sending super chats, and I'll give you a free raffle ticket every time you send me a £1 super chat. But Andy, it's not so much a tip that Andy's sending me. It is a payment for a song that he wants me to sing. And I will be very, very pleased, Andy, to perform this a little later on in the show, if that's all right for you. Okay? Once we've done a few bits of talky. Okay? There we are. 390 and 391. I should be performing for you. I do like performing for you. Let me put that in there. The Super Chatters raffle is on Thursday. So any Super Chats, tips, things like that you'll send through. And when you get the raffle tickets, they go in there. And we do the raffle for that one on Thursday. It's completely separate to the Monday one. Okay? This week's prize is a package of prizes. You get the bunting behind me. 7 little flags there. You get a Super Chatters badge. Okay? You get... What's the other thing? There's something missing. What's the other thing? What the hell was the other... I can't remember what it was now. Where is it now? What was the other thing we're doing on this? We get the Frey Benter steak and kidney pie, of course. There was something else. What is it? What was the other thing? Can someone remember what the other There's supposed to be 4 things, isn't there? What's the other thing? I'll have to look back now. I can't remember what the hell it was. What was the other thing? Someone remember what it was? What's the other thing? We got the bunting. Oh, the pen. Oh, that's because I put the other one in an envelope off to Mark Bowles, I think it was. Mark Bowles run one of the games. There's the pen as well. So 4 things are in the Super Chatters raffle this week. So if you send in a tip or anything, you'll be going in that draw. Okay. Let me just scroll up a bit there. Just scrolling up a little bit there. And we'll carry on with the show there. Chris said far too early to send them back to school. I think so as well, Chris. Morning to Michael Lawrence, Gareth Hoxton. Casey is Charlie's cousin. I beg your pardon, Casey. Are there 2 Cases? I'm getting very confused now. Isn't Casey Charlie's sister? It's very confused. I don't know who's who here. It's very, very confusing. Morning to Luke Trott. Dave's just eaten the strawberry jam and cream donut. A bit early for that, isn't it? Thank you, Terry Holston. I think it was there. It does say TH on there. There we are. Fran's brother's about to get married in Perth. How lovely. Hello to the McLeod. Morning to the McLeod. Hello to you, sir. Welcome along to the show. I think you're new there as well. All right. Let me just scroll down. Can I see a view from your front door, Chris? You've seen that loads of times, actually, Mike. I haven't got one here, but it's all trees and bushes. Trees and bushes outside my front door, and I love it. I feel very, very lucky to have such a beautiful thing there. Claire is thrilled to bits to have won a fridge magnet for her shrine, my latest bit of Chris Reardon memorabilia. Morning to Kieran. I hope you're feeling a little bit better, Kieran. Kieran popped up last night. Yes. Thank you very much for saying that, Fran, there. Spray some WD-40. No, I don't know why it's doing it. It doesn't, get stuck. It stops moving. It's like something in there is worn out or broken. There's a lot worn out sitting in this seat, to be honest, at the moment. Soak it in lime scour. Do you think that's what's doing it? I don't know. I don't know if that's what's doing it. Anyway. Okay. Right, good. Let's get on with this then, my loves. So we got the new Manilow picture there. What else have I got here? We were mentioning the spaceship last night. The Elon Musk spaceship. And I was very lucky. Did I see Gary pop up there somewhere? I think I saw my nephew pop up there. Gary. Is Gary there? Can't see it now. Can't see it now. Yes, we saw the spaceship on Saturday night going up. The Elon Musk thing, which flew just underneath the moon. We've done 15 minutes already. Where the hell did that go? Blimey. Blimey, it goes so quick the time doing these shows. This spaceship literally flew underneath the wall, and I watched underneath the moon, and I watched it fly all the way around. It was like a really bright, very bright yellow star. You couldn't miss it. You certainly didn't need binoculars. It was so visible. Probably the most visible thing I've ever seen in the sky, other than, the really bright... There's a really bright star. I think that's Venus. I'm not quite sure what one it is. And, of course, the moon. But it was a different colour. It was like yellow, which I assume are the sort of flames coming out of the spaceship as it was going over to the ISIS, not the ISIS, the International Space Station. Anyone want to go there? Anyone fancy a little trip to the International Space Station? That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Glad you're feeling better there, Kieran. So that was the spaceship. Did anyone else manage to see that? It was wonderful watching it. Absolutely wonderful to be able to see something like that, And as I said last night, my nephew was like 140, 150 mile an hour up the A1M. And me down here, miles away from each other, and we're looking at exactly the same thing because we were on the phone to each other at the time. Nephew Gary Butler there. I'm sure I saw him pop up there. It might be a little bit too early for him. The Enterprise is going over tonight, says Peter Paliwoda. Da 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 da. I love it. I love the Enterprise. Here's something for you to try. They've got these in Aldi at the moment. Very, very tasty. Flat peaches, and they're dirt cheap. These are so sweet and juicy, and they're just about ready now. When you buy them, they're going to be hard. It's not nice to try and eat a hard peach. Just put them in the cupboard for a while or on the top there and wait till they go a little bit soft. Yep, they're ready to eat now. These are I bet Claire would... This is something Claire would have. Flat peaches. Look. These are so tasty. Now, be careful. Once they get soft, they will go off very quickly. So you need to eat them quickly. And the smell... Oh, I love the smell of peaches, don't you? So that's something they've got in Aldi at the moment. They won't be there forever, okay? Get them while you can. Flat peach. I should work for Aldi, I think. I could work with Mandy on the till. You don't want to muck around with Mandy. I've heard her go for customers in there. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Chris, the Klingons called the Enterprise a garbage SCO. Is that what they called it? I didn't note that. Donut peaches. No, Andy. Not donut peaches. Peaches. What come off trees. Not what have been mixed up in a bowl and shoved in your oven for half an hour. Terry watched the launch over the weekend. The launch was fantastic. Even managed to watch the docking yesterday. Fantastic, Terry. Did you actually see it in the sky, though, Terry? I actually saw it sitting in my garden, fly underneath the moon. Oh, it's just fantastic to see something like that. Good morning to Shania today. Good morning, Miss Steele, head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, is with us this evening. Mike Rees-Ponto saw the SpaceX rocket as well. Wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. I love it seeing anything like that. I did, as I say, I did try several times to see the line of satellites going over, but I never managed to see those, rather disappointingly. Let me see. The quiz is all ready to go tomorrow night, gang. We have a quiz every Tuesday night. 8 o'clock is quiz time. Okay. We've got general knowledge. We've got a children's round. We've got a picture round, which is famous faces when they were younger. So you have to look at the face and see what they were. So we've got a children's round, a picture round. We've got a current affairs round. And finally, we've got our world-famous music round, which is me playing badly on the piano. So do join us for that. That's on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, the big quiz. Please share that to your various walls, and let's get a few more people involved in that. Got another super chat coming in there from Mr. John Paris. Thank you, John. Let me give you a ticket there, John. Free raffle ticket for you, number 392 for Mr. John Parrish. How's your rents coming in, by the way, John? Everything being paid all right there? I've just got a tenant moving out. I've got a tenant moving out here. John, 392 for you, John, there. That's for Thursday's Super Chatters raffle. I just got a tenant. Well, she's applied to move out, right? She's been late with the rent like 11 times in 2 years. And she's gone to the estate agent, because, of course, I don't have anything to do with the tenants. She's gone to the estate agent and said, can you give me a good reference? And they said, well, no. Well, why not? Well, because you've been late 11 times with the rent. Oh, can you do it as a favour? And, of course, the estate agent says, no, that's illegal. We can't do that. You know, you're better off to go and say, so someone, you know, I haven't got a reference, rather than get a bad one. She keeps being late with the rent. And then she's actually wants to leave early, John. Now, you have to give so much notice. Normally, I think virtually every time, if they tell the estate agent they want to leave on this particular date. Okay? But they have to give 2 notice. Now, if it's before that 2 months, they can go, no problem. They still got to pay that 2 months rent. Generally, when they say that to me, I say, yeah, okay, that's fine. Just let them go. Don't worry about the 2 months rent. I'm not a very good businessman like that. I'm a bit too soft. I'm far too soft. I know you find that hard to believe, but I am. You know, I'd be one of those people, oh, we're a bit tight on money. Can we pay the rent next week? Yeah, okay then. Now, you mustn't do that. You can't do that. Or next time. Can we pay the rent next month? You mustn't do that. Because if they can't afford to pay the rent this month, it's very unlikely they're going to be able to pay 2 lots of rent the next month. So you can't do that. If they were direct with me, I'd probably say, yeah, that's all right, and lose it. Right? That's why you employ an estate agent to do, shall we say, the dirty work. It's not really the dirty work. It's the work. That's how it is. And so they come to me, and I will obviously say, they want to go early. How do you feel about that? And I'm like, oh yeah, just let them go. Because it could be a lot of hassle if you say, oh no, trying to get the money, it's just a waste of time. It is a business. People say landlords are filthy, stinking rich. Well, some of them are. And some of them just manage to tide over, and some of them make a little bit. I'm on the little bit side of things, right? I'm quite happy. Don't need to be rich or anything like that, just as long as I can keep going and looking a little bit into the future as well. So she puts in this letter. I can tell you all these things because you don't know who it is, where she lives, or anything. I can tell you all these things. So she's been there 2 years, right? I've had this particular flat 20 years. Okay, so she puts in this email, we'd like to leave early. If I could tell you, and then if we could have a good reference from you as well, please. Right, so she said that. I told you what the estate agent said to her about that. Then she puts in this email. She puts, we've noticed that we are suffering from damp and mould in our flat. And our little baby is suffering with his lungs for this. And I'm looking at this email and I'm thinking, there's no damp and mould in there. Why hasn't this come up in 20 years? And why now, after you've been there for 2 years and you want to leave early? Think I'm bleeding stupid? And I said, what do you think of that? The estate agent, she said, Chris, I've got to tell you, whenever we've gone up there to do an inspection, which is twice a year, she said, you get in a flat, it is so hot in there. They've got all the heating on and all the windows closed. And 99.9 times out of 100, if there's mould and damp in a house, the reason is they've got all the heating on, drying clothes in the house. Well, the water's got to go somewhere, isn't it? And it will find the coldest surface, which would usually be an external wall or perhaps a window frame if the window frames are not fixing properly. So that's what it is. But and she says, well, they do have to send the other 2 months. I said, well, they kept being late for the other way. I said, don't even bother. I said, just let them go. Go. She also, and then she says this in this email, she give a date, I think, say it was the 15th of June. She also says, well, if we can give you a date of the 15th of June, but if we don't have another place lined up, could we stay longer? Are you for real? So we got to hang around waiting for everything to fit in with you? I don't think so, sunshine. Because in that time, you're lining up someone else who may or may not want to rent the accommodation. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. So that's where I am at the moment, and I tell you that because I'm just wondering how you're doing with your place that you've got rented out. He says rent's still coming in. Just paid £50 for tax or something. Oh yeah, those charges come from nowhere, don't they, John? You often get another charge from the estate agent for this, that, or the other. I don't know where these charges come. I'm sure they make it up as they go along. But as long as you've got a bit coming in, we're all well and happy, aren't we? Terry missed the spaceship, did you? No bingo tonight, Gary. There's no bingo. Next bingo is on Sunday at 8 o'clock. Thank you, those of you that are interested. I do not sound like Timmy Mallet. How dare you? Shania's back to work today at midday. Good luck with that, Shania. Good luck with that, my love. Good morning to John Aitken there this morning. Morning to you. Jason's missus isn't happy. I've told her she's got to pay rent now. Well, she's had it 25 years rent-free. That sounds fair enough to me, Jason. Charge her rent, my love. Charge our rent. Fran was going to say it was just poor ventilated. Poor ventilation. That's exactly what it is. All right. So anyway, just back to the sprinkler thing. I've ordered one on the eBay, on the Amazon there, 20 quid. Won't come till Friday. Everything will be dead by then in the garden, I think, including me possibly. I do need a good watering. Today I've got to do my tiles. You remember I stuck the tiles up with my exterior No More Nows? Well, they look like they're pretty solid now. So after the show, probably after I've delivered all your... I've not delivered them personally. After I've taken all your stuff down to the sorting office for delivery over the next couple of days, I'll probably take the tape and the nails off the tiles. Good morning to Maureen. And hopefully they will stay up where they were. I'll take a picture of them and show you. I will do another picture outside the front of my house for you to see. Just a reminder, gang, if you've got anything, take a picture outside. We want to see what you can see outside the main window that you look at. There's the email address. Send it over there and we'll have a look at that, all right? I've also ordered, I keep meaning to do a little video for... It's either Sean or Jason of my temporary shed repair. with the plastic bags and the tape because I've got a big hole there. But I decided to order, on my nephew's advice, actually, some. It's like a felt thing. You know what you put on, similar to what you put on shed roofs, something like that. So I've ordered something like that, which I'll cut to size and probably staple around and do it like that. All right. Good news for Fran and Mandy as well, I believe. Watch this. Holby City is back tomorrow. Yes. Yes. It's funny, actually. Out of the two, Holby City or Casualty, I actually prefer Holby City. I don't know why. I think it's Jack Naylor. It's Jack Naylor that does it for me. I think she's a wonderful character and so well played. She is as cold as ice. I tell you, if you wanted anyone opera and the other guy, who's the other guy in charge? Rick. I like Rick as well. Rick Salmon, is it? Rick Salmon, possibly. Him and Jack Naylor are my favourite characters on that, and the old bloke, the tall, skinny one with the glasses, who was in charge, but he's not in charge now. They got that awful woman in charge now, played by that excellent actress Jo Martin. What a great character that is. She's just nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So that's very good news. Holby City back on the telly tomorrow, gang. I guess it's 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. All right, got some more flowers coming out in my garden. I've got a poppy come out and a pink peony. I don't think Rachel's with us this morning, is she? I noticed that. Rachel's not with us this morning, which is funny because I saw this picture of this pink and white peony. I think that's what they're called. Pink, white on the inside, or might be the other way around. I can't remember now. I ordered one and I've put it in. Well, another one's come up somewhere else. I didn't even know I had it. That's in another area of the garden. I've only got one flower off that. So my guess is that's in completely the wrong area of the garden to flower because they do need a bit of sunshine. See, I've got a west-facing garden. Really? So if this is right house. If this is my garden, right? The house is there, okay? The sun is here, but my little area of plants is there. It's there, right? Really, those plants should be here, opposite the sun, but they're not. They're down the side. But it's such a sort of large, well-planted area now. That would be a real effort to sort of dig those up, make that area on the side there and lawn that bit over. So I just leave it as it is. What else have we got? Holby, I told you about Holby. Oh, I found something. Now, how many snowflakes do you know in this world? Eh? You sometimes see them on this channel, as you well know. How many snowflakes do you know in this world? Look, I found Snowflake Tape. If you know any snowflakes, you've got to order some of this, right? Order some of this and stick it on them so that people know not to say anything of offence. There you go. There you go. Like that, love. Like that. Okay? No, you can't say nothing nasty to me now. You can't moan about the show. You can't do anything because I have my Snowflake Tape on. There you go. Snowflake Tape. There you go. Oh, I can't believe you said that. That's really hurt my feelings. Oh, it's given me anxiety. I can't cope. There you go. Snowflake Tape. Available from all good newsagents. Possibly in Ryman's as well for double the price it is everywhere else. Snowflake Tape. I love it. Good morning to the delightful LaBelle this morning, joining us from sunny New York. Morning, LaBelle. Fran says expect rain in the middle of the week. I don't know about that. Don't know if that's coming or not. Now, what shall we do? What shall we do? I've got lots of stories here to tell you about today, including you can win a date, boys and girls. You want this. The lads will want this one. In the Super Soaraway Sun today, you can win a date with the stunningly natural beauty Katie Price. All right, hello, my name's Katie. Yeah, this is my house. I ain't had time to hoover it up yet. Katie Price. Katie Price has begged fans to sign up to a dating app so that they can, and I quote, win a date with her. You ready, lads? She's 42-year-old. She took to Instagram yesterday and revealed she's ready to find love as she promoted the new dating platform. She told fans to swipe up to be in with a chance of nabbing a virtual date with her during lockdown. She said, "Hi guys, listen to this. Well, I haven't been on a dating app for absolutely ages, and now I'm ready to date. There's a new app called Love at First Swipe, and what's good about it is that you can do an automatic screen block, and they've launched it so you can do a virtual video date." And she says, "Now come on, if you swipe up now, you could be in to win a chance to date me." I'm so excited. Let's see who's out there. Come on, one swipe up now. So there we go. Is that of interest to anyone at all? Win a date with Katie Price? Is that sort of doing it for you, I wonder? I wonder what love is, for love is today. Perhaps I should do that on here. Perhaps we should do another raffle. We've got raffles, bingos, quiz night. We need to have a dating raffle so you could win a date with me. Who would be buying tickets for that one? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, well. Tony King says, "No thanks, the sad old sea hag." Daniel Holmes wouldn't date Katie Price if you paid him. Peter Paliwoda, how much is a non-date ticket? Dave Holland, I don't want a birthday date with her. Are you sure, Dave? I think you're lying now. I think you're lying. Terry H, what are you doing about work? Are your plans to return later in the year? I have no idea. I'm not sure that they're going to have karaoke back at Central Station for the foreseeable future. I don't know that. I'm just seeing how things are in the grand scheme of things. What pubs are having to do, massively reduced amount of people going in there. I think the whole pub experience is going to be completely different. So I don't know, Terry. I've been careful with money and things for like all my working life. So that's okay for me. That is okay. I don't really need to go back to work. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Do I want to? Yeah, I'd like to go and do a little bit more karaoke. Yes, I would. I'm not, like, quite ready to finish yet, but, you know, might be forced. Might be just how it is. One of those things. I'm lucky that I'm kind of almost at the end of my DJing type stuff. Other younger people, I was talking to my friend about this on the phone the other night. People who are just starting out, maybe 18, 19, 20, anything sort of up to 25. And I don't know if they're going to have jobs to go back to when it comes to DJing, but they're of an age where they could find something else to do, you know? Whereas people who are halfway through the career, in the sort of, anything sort of up over sort of 32, I suppose, something like that, they can't get back into their DJing and karaoke. Well, it's difficult for someone sort of, once they've gone over 30, to find another job, I think. Certainly over 40. Well, you've had it, haven't you? Very bad, very bad. Good. Mick Davenport's not wanting her either. Is that right? Gareth wants me as a landlord. I am too generous. I am. Oh, we're having trouble with the washing machine. All right, I'll get another one put in for you. I'm like that. Why do you want someone to move out? You don't. That costs you a fortune when someone moves out. John Aitken, I think the date with Katie Price would be the booby prize. No thanks. I think, John, you'd rather win another fridge magnet, wouldn't you? I think you'd rather win another fridge magnet. Tell you what, shall we do the raffle? You want to do the raffle? Let's do the raffle. It's time for the Monday raffle, boys and girls. Okay, tickets are here. Tickets are here and standing by. I keep meaning to order another jar or two for the other raffle tickets, as we see. So this is your regular Monday raffle. These are the tickets that you ask for each time. Now, as we've been started about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, I do not read you the name of the person who's won. You need to be writing those tickets down. If you're a super chatter, if you've got super chatter raffles, don't worry about your numbers. I read those out on the Thursday when we do the super chatters draw. But the raffle we do on a Monday, I don't read the names out. It's up to you to claim the prize. And if you've lost your numbers, right, don't be sending me sneaky emails. Oh, I know you don't normally do this, but could you tell me if I run the raffle? No, you're a chancer then. And we're not having any of that, my darling. If you can't remember your numbers, it's simple. Just go back on the last few shows, scroll roughly to the end, and you'll hear me reading out the numbers. You know, I don't know. Let's pick one here. Diane Jebb, 417. Or, what else have we got here? Dr. Gregorian, Dr. Gregorian, 377. Go back on the other shows. If you answer that, oh, I can't be bothered to do that, well, you don't want the prize then, do you? Don't want the prize. Same rules for everyone, darling, and we don't break rules on this programme anymore. I've bent the rules a couple of times and all hell breaks loose, so no more of that. I'm not doing it anymore. All right? Are you ready, my darling? Have you all written your numbers down? Jason helped someone else out last week. You can't keep doing that, Jason, because that's just not fair on everyone else, is it really, darling? But there we are. Are you ready? Maybe it'll be you, Jason, who wins today. I'm mixing up the tickets now. Nothing in my hand. Nothing in my hands, okay? No cheating going on here. I've got to get a jar. It's not. I've realised now. You're better off with the jar, aren't you? Right. Let's play the drum roll and pick out this week's winner. Right on top there. There we go. All right. The ticket number is 472. Ticket number 472. Who has ticket number 472? I should put it there and await a claim. These tickets all go in here now for the next super draw, which will be at the end of the month. 30 days in this month, aren't there? 30 days in this month. So the next super draw will be at the end of the month. So ticket number 472, make your claim if you're here today, or maybe you're watching a recording of the show, which is fine. Make your claim by email if you're doing that. There you are, my love. It's waiting for you. Ticket number 472. Excellent. Let's see if anyone claims for that. What else have we got here today? Keeping an eye on there. Snoop Dogg. How much do these people get paid to do an advert on the telly? Wow, Snoop Dogg, massive music sensation. Getting Snoop Dogg to star in Just Eat's new advert was nothing but a fee thang for the legendary rapper. He has banked more than £5 million since becoming the face of the takeaway delivery service's latest advertising drive. It's not bad, is it? £5 million. Wow. Not a bad deal, it says in The Sun today, given all he does is give the brand's irritating theme song, Did Someone Say Just Eat? I have to say, I hate that logo, Just Eat. There's something about that title I don't like. It says at the beginning of the video, which has been watched more than 6.5 million times on YouTube, a number where I really don't think I'll ever get to a 6.5 million. Lucky to get to 100 sometimes. He can be heard saying he's sick of the song before taking over the show with his own version. A music insider said Snoop has banked over £5 million since he landed the deal. It's easy money, and the adverts have proved a hit with the audiences. Snoop is a legendary character, so the negotiation took time and plenty of cash. So there we go. That's how you're going to be rich. You've got to star in adverts. What advert would you like to star in? What advert could I star in, do you think? Anything? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? What advert could I star in? Eh? I don't know. Where are we? Caravan Parks. Caravan Parks must reopen soon. Again, in The Sun today. Caravan Parks must reopen soon or risk never reopening at all. Caravan Parks need to reopen soon. Bosses have warned. The UK's 6,000, can you believe this? Caravan sites, 6,243 holiday parks and campsites generate more than £10 billion a year for the economy and provide over 170,000 full-time jobs. Unbelievable. They have never been more needed as British people look for respite from lockdown. And I was saying, actually, there was some videos of the news on the telly I was watching last night, and all these people are on beaches now. And there was a woman from a council. I can't remember where it was now. She was going around. Oh, the litter everywhere. Dirty, scummy people dropping their blooming cans and bits of paper all over the place. Awful. So this woman's going around picking up all this rubbish. She said there's no social distancing here at all. None at all. And they were saying that all these people are on there because normally a lot of these people would have been on a plane and they've gone to like Spain or Greece or wherever, or America or Australia, wherever, for a holiday. Well, we can't move around. So now they're doing it here, which is great, I suppose, for British holiday resorts, some of which has really suffered over the last few years with international holidays and things like that becoming ever more affordable, although I don't think that's going to be the case when the planes start flying again. But of course, people will want to go somewhere, so caravan parks, I bet the prices of those will go up as well. But at the moment, they're not opening. This bloke, Andrew, owner of Air Holiday Park in St Ives, Cornwall, which is a lovely part of the world, we are usually open 365 days of the year. It's the first time I've closed the park in my 30 years in charge. This April, my income was down 96%. And there's another bloke who says we need to start reopening the caravans phased immediately. Now, presumably, with that distancing thing, they wouldn't be able to open... Because caravans, some of those caravans are very close together, I have to tell you. And there's no sound insulation. You see everything, you can hear everything going on in the caravan next to you. What you want is old people around you. Old people around you are not up all night doing that noise. Because it'll keep you awake. There's no sound insulation at all. But... similarly, they're close together, so presumably not every caravan would be able to be full. You'd have to perhaps leave one or two in between. I don't know how it would work. This bloke says, I would say holidaying on a caravan site like mine is actually safer than going to the supermarket when you're queuing with strangers. I would go along with that. I'd say that as well. At the moment, the government seems to be looking at hospitality as one thing when it comes to easing lockdown. We think we are much lower risk than, say, a nightclub. Yeah, and again, I would go with that. We got a message here from Haven. Now, I go on a lot of Haven holidays with my nephew and his family. When I say a lot, like 2 a year, perhaps. And I love it. It's lovely, spending time with the family. All your cooking facilities are there. No need to go out and buy expensive meals in restaurants and all that business. But here's a note here from Jane Bentle, who's Haven Managing Director. And she says this year could signal a great revival of the Great British Holiday, thanks to concerns about travelling abroad. Our parks would normally be full during this beautiful weather, and we are keen to bring back our teams back to work. We've been putting new measures in place to keep all our guests and teams safe. There's so much to make of 2020. It could be the year when you and your family have a great time together and help support our industry. But at the moment, they're closed. And not open yet. Caravanning couple Jazim Morrison and her partner Daniel Jones last year enjoyed a sun holiday, £9.50 holiday at Butlins in Minehead, and we're looking forward to booking another year. Now, be a little bit careful of those sun holidays, right? I did a sun holiday. Before I got my own caravan, I did a sun holiday, which was on a site that I'd stayed at before. £9.50 it's advertised at. And indeed, the Sun charge you £9.50. But then you get these other charges. Oh, did you want to use the facilities? What do you mean, the facilities? Oh, the clubhouse, the swimming pool and all that. Yes, please. Okay, well, that's another £20 a day. And you end up with extras. Be warned of that. I'm not 100% sure whether you can just have the £9.50 holiday, go for 2 days, £19, and not have any extras. I'm not quite sure how that works, but there are extras to be paid on that. So be a little bit careful if you want one of those cheap sun holidays, whether or not they'll be going ahead this year or not. I don't know. I haven't really seen. And the caravan I stayed in on the £9.50 holiday, I have to say, wasn't as nice as normal. You know, I've stayed on that same site, not recently, 3 times. The first time was great. The second time was all right. It was a Christmas. And of course, the caravan site was near my sister. That's why I hired it, because I can't stay at my sister's house because I get terrible asthma in there. And this particular caravan, again, that was all right as well. And I was out of the way. And when I got there on Christmas Eve, I had to look around for a member of staff to give me the keys. The office was closed. I had to go to the security guy. I said, "Oh, I'm staying here." "Oh, right, okay. Where are you staying?" I said, "Well, I don't know." So he went in the office and got me keys and let me in. And it was all arranged. There was a little tree, I think, and a mug with hot chocolate and little marshmallow things. I thought that was a really nice touch. That was the year George Michael died. I was sitting in there recording a bit to my camera. And this news thing flashed up on the Christmas night where George Michael died. And another time they put me I was on the main road and all the cars were coming through. Nicholas Pandolfi, my God, when's the last time I saw you, sir? Good God. Nicholas Pandolfi, I've got to tell you, good morning to you. Well, Annie sent in a super chat. You must be rolling in money now. Nicholas has been on all the radio stations. I was on the radio with Nicholas. I'm not sure we were on there at the same time. Liberty Radio in London. Morning, Nicholas. Nicholas Pandolfi is in the house. Annie sent me a tip. God's sake, man. Thank you very much, Nick. You get 2 free raffle tickets for that as well. Anyone who sends a ticket, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, Nicholas. And the draw for that is on Thursdays. The Super Chatters Raffle, it's called, every Thursday. All right, Nick? I don't know how long you've been with us today, actually. So we've got a little package of prizes this week on the Super Chatters Raffle. 393 and 394 for you, Nick, there. All right, how lovely to see you there. How blooming wonderful to see you. Wow. Must be 12 years since I saw you, isn't it? No, 20. 20 years since we was on Liberty Radio. I think I'd gone by the time you got there, or you were just there taking over the breakfast show. Are you in contact with someone? Alton Andrews. Alton Andrews, yeah, I'm in contact with him. I've got to ring him, actually. He left me a message yesterday, come to think of it. Thank you, Nicholas. Parole healing went well. Excellent. He's back in the house. Back in the house. Nick is back in the house. Morning to you, Nick. Anyway, going back to that caravan thing. Yes, so it was quite nice that Christmas, and it was warm. They got the central heating and all that. But I think I can't see cheap deals on caravans now because everyone will want one. So what's the point of putting a deal in? You know, sale on demands. If everyone wants something, you're not going to get a special offer, are you? You know. Nice to see you there, Nick. Let's just scroll up there. John says, I thought there was a regulation on caravan spacing, Chris. There is, John. There is. I don't think that will be enough for the 2 metre rule, though. I'm sure they're probably more than 2 metre apart, unless everyone's coming out at the same time and you're all going to an entertainment venue. Although I don't know how that will work. You know, it's probably reasonably safe to let all the caravans out on their own. But then you can't have all these people going into an entertainment venue to see the Haven girls and boys doing stuff on the stage and all that, can you? Or indeed going into a restaurant. Is it? You couldn't have that, but it would be all right for them to let out the caravans. All a bit of a worry, really. More Manilow for Mick later. Don't worry about that. I will say hello to Alton Andrews for you, Nick. I'll give him a ring a little bit later on. Peter, 1968. What's that there? Tommy Cooper, 3 nights at Bailey's nightclub, £2,000 a night. Very funny, but outrageous drunk. Stayed in the hotel I worked on. Jason says they're starting banger racing soon. Practice sessions only with a limited cars and spectators. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's going to work, isn't it? Something like that. Gosh. Claire, park holidays have at least tripled their fees. There you go. I knew they would. Over £1,000 for a week in July, August. Booked a cottage instead. Same price as normal. Well, those caravan fees in August are shockingly expensive anyway. Now, when I go with my nephew, right, and his family, I have my own caravan, and I generally pay about something like 150 quid for 4 or 5 days, I think it is. 4 or 5 nights. I can't remember the exact time. 150 quid. In August, that same caravan in normal times is £900. Hell of a lot of money. Hell of a lot of money. Have we had a claim for the raffle ticket yet? No? We've got a claim for the raffle ticket. Let me just scroll up a little bit there. Michael, what happens if you lose email numbers? You don't say the raffle numbers on live. I've just said the raffle number 472. 472. If you lose the raffle tickets, well, that's down to you, isn't it? You know, don't lose them. It's the same as like losing a ticket if you're going to get on a bus, or your lottery ticket. Even worse. You know, you got the numbers in. Some people use the same lottery tickets all the time. I don't know, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you win. Oh yeah, one. Now where's my ticket? Are they going to give you the prize? No, it's down to you. I'm afraid. Good. Now, what else have we got here? Man's attempt to reheat food. Ever reheated pizza? I've got 2 pizza stories for you today. We like pizza. Yes, please. In the Super Soaraway Daily Mirror today, a man took a slice of pizza on a plane. With him, he pulled it out during the journey for a tasty snack. But of course, it's stone cold. Now, there's actually nothing too bad about having a stone cold pizza, is there? Especially if you're drunk. Especially if you're drunk. It's like eating those nasty kebabs. I mean, you don't know what's in those. Dead rats and all sorts of stuff in one of those kebabs, isn't there? Yeah, just because it says outside the shop, best lamb, don't mean it is. How do you know? You know, have you cut off a piece of that ghastly looking stuff that's going around on that twirly thing and then put it under a microscope and done scientific tests to see that it's lamb? Have you done that? No. So why would you believe that? Oh, it's awful. That thing twisted. I bet Claire doesn't have a kebab. I can't believe Claire would have a kebab. No, I cannot believe that at all. This thing's twisting around and it's grey. It's grey. I mean, surely that must tell you something. And all that stuff dripping down in that tray. It's disgusting. How can anyone eat a kebab? Anyway, this bloke took a piece of pizza on a plane during a journey for a tasty snack. His efforts to reheat the meal left other passengers very confused. He reheated his pizza on the plane. How did he do this? It says, long-haul flights often mean relying on airline food in the Daily Mirror to help get you through. Standards can differ drastically depending on who you choose to fly with. Now, I generally only ever fly with British Airways. The food's all right. I do save up for the posh seats because I like a bit of comfort. And I've got to be honest, the posh food comes and I'm not really into it. I'd rather have a cheese sandwich and a bag of crisps, to be honest. But there you go. Sometimes you get very delightful dishes like swordfish and all this business. Well, I am vegetarian, as you know, but these things come. And you can get the vegetarian option. And often the vegetarian options come. You take this thing back and it looks absolutely vile. That's in the posh seats. I remember when I was eating dead animals, like most of you do, I ordered this, I can't remember what it was now. This thing came and she took the top off. She said, "Oh, it doesn't look very nice, does it?" I said, "Not really, no." She said, "Do you want me to get you something else?" I said, "Well, yeah." She said, "What do you want?" So she brought over the menu. I said, "Actually, can I have one of those economy meals from down the back, a beef, because you like beef or chicken?" She said, "Yeah, I'll bring it to you." And the difference is, of course, she's taken it out of the metal thing and put it all on plates because it was in the posh seats on the plane. Highly recommend you. You want to go on a long journey, right? Don't worry about the hotel. Get a cheap hotel. You're not going to be in a hotel other than sleeping unless you're one of those people that seems to go on holiday and spend the entire holiday sat in the hotel. You know, don't spend the money on the hotel. Spend it on the flight. It makes all the difference, really. Get yourself a nice posh seat in the plane, either premium economy or go up to business. Or even first. I've never been in first class. I go on the business one. Business seats. Nice. Great big... they're not so wide. Don't think it's going to be like a bed. Okay? They say they're like bed seats. No, they're not. Okay? You're like this. Okay? You're a bit like that. Now, if you can sleep on your back... then you're all right. You can go on your side, but it really isn't that much room to move. That's on the posh seats. Okay? It is not like a bed. It's a flat seat. You get your little duvet and all that. It's nice. It's nice. And I get like a 2-star hotel at the other end. What do you want? Bed? Hopefully without those bed flea things. What are they called? Bed fleas or something like that. Bed fleas. You got a shower and you got telly. What more do you want? That's all you want. Back to the story. Long haul flights relying on food. Many of us stock up with snacks at the airport. And you see them, don't you? Now, they know they're going to get a meal on the plane. Right? There they go. Traipsing on their carrier bags full of chocolates, crisps, sandwiches. There's half the burger that they were rushing to shove in their great big mouths before they got on those seats at the departure gate. The departure gate, the children are running around. Sweets, mummy, shut up. And they're dragging these blooming bags full of food on. It says, many of us stock up on snacks at the airport just in case, hoping that an overpriced packet of crisps and a few sweets in all our bodies is all we need for the next 24 hours of our lives. Having pizza on board is nothing but a distant dream. I don't think I've ever seen pizza on a plane for most of us. But one passenger who clearly prepared in advance appears to have saved a slice as a mid-journey snack. At first it seems like a genius move until you see a picture which has been shared on social media of how he prepared his meal. So he's got this cold bit of pizza. Do you know what he's done? Rather than eating it cold, which seems like the logical choice considering he was on a plane, he decided it would taste better warm. As pizza indeed does, doesn't it? Asking the crew for help to heat it up was a long shot he wasn't willing to take. So instead, he turned on the overhead light. It must have been an old plane because the planes I go on now got LED lights which don't get hot. He's turned on the LED light above his seat and held the slice millimetres from the bulb in the hope that it would cook. The moment was captured by a fellow passenger sitting in a row behind and shared by the passenger shaming Instagram. We'll have to have a look at that one. No doubt people with disgusting feet on other people's seats and things like that. With the caption, just warming up some leftovers. It racked up, lots of people watched it, as others were left it divided by the cooking technique. So is that something you might try? Heating up a cold piece of pizza underneath the light on an aircraft. As I say, it'd have to be a young, a sort of new, old airplane that hasn't had the bulbs changed to LED ones, wouldn't it? Another said, that's an LED light, it doesn't put out heat. Oh, it was an LED light. But a third argued it could actually have worked, citing personal experience, writing, I actually got burned from touching that light after hours of it being switched on. Plenty of other people were just relieved it wasn't another picture of someone putting their bare feet on the seat in front, which I just said to you, wasn't it? With one replying, I'm disgusted, but it could definitely have been worse. So is that something you might want to try there? Heating up your pizza under a little bit of a light there. The Pizza Paliwoda does homemade kebabs. I wouldn't be eating one of those things, I'm afraid. No. Good morning to Peter Wright. Morning, Peter. You're late again, Peter. Never mind. Better late than never. That's what we say. Daniel. Might be why so-called many of those kebab shops are called kebab-ish. It's not really a kebab. It's only a kebab-ish. Jason had a lovely kebab last night with chilli sauce washed down with several ciders. I bet you couldn't stand up after that. Is that right? How awful. Let's have a look there. Okay. Right, another one here. Staying on the subject of pizzas. And then I think we'll sing a song today. Staying on the subject of pizzas, in the Daily Mirror today, experts at Domino's have revealed a method to reheat pizza quickly in the microwave without it going soggy. How many times have we done that? Usually for breakfast. You know, when we've been out for a night? Not recently, but in my younger days. When I used to go out for a night, might have a pizza on the way home. Don't eat all of it, do you? Leave a bit, have it for breakfast in the morning. Yes, please. Very nice. And you put it in that microwave and this soggy thing comes out. You put it under the grill and you tend to overdo it, don't you? And it comes out a little bit burnt. Well, experts at Domino's have revealed a method to reheat pizza quickly in the microwave without turning the crust soggy, and it's an absolute game changer. It says some people believe cold pizza fresh from the fridge is even better than when it arrived piping hot the day before. Cold pizza's all right, but I wouldn't sort of make a point of having it cold, I don't think. For those, although I've had little cold pizzas, you know those little tiny ones? I think they might come from Iceland. Little tiny things like that they're put in the oven and then they bring them out at weddings and places like that. You know, when you've got the sausage, if you've got like not a posh wedding, I mean, Claire wouldn't have any of this. Claire would have a big sit-down wedding, you know, with waiters and all that in a posh hotel. You know, you and I would have a wedding, you know, in a scout hut. Like plates of like sandwiches and sort of after a while they curl up at the ends, don't they? There'd be the crisps, the vol au-vents, little cocktail sausages, cheese and pineapple on a stick, pickled onions, and little pizzas like this, little mini tiny little pizzas about the size of a, I don't know, about 2 inches square, 2 inches round, whatever you want. They'd be cooked and they'd be put on a large plate in the middle of a table somewhere. There they'd be. Very tasty. And of course they would have gone cold there. And also on that wedding table, you cannot forget the big bowl, the great big bowl of coleslaw, slowly filling up with bacteria and fermenting as the evening goes on. Don't have the coleslaw, please. Unless you get it. Unless you get it right at the beginning of the night when it's just come out and they've just taken off that piece of cellophane from the top. Piece of cling film, whatever it is. Well, in the Daily Mirror, it says, if you're one who has to reheat your pizza, then you could use the oven, but it takes patience and can leave the crusts rock solid. Actually, most of the stuff I do in the oven does tend to get burnt. I'm not a professional cook, not like Mick Davenport doing his pasties and pasties and cakes and things like that. Most of my stuff ends up burnt. Although that can sometimes work. I quite like a burnt burger. Not black so hard you can't break the damn thing with your teeth and 5 teeth come out your mouth, don't they? You ever done that? Put your burgers in the oven. Check the time, please. Keep an eye on them, my loves. Otherwise, you end up with them like me, and you put it out the oven, and this... Oh, look, I think that's a little bit overdone. And you get this burger, and it's like on the table like that, isn't it? And you thought, oh, yeah, it'd probably be all right. And you put it on your plate with a large amount of vegetables and a few potatoes. And then you pick up the burger. Your knife won't go through it. And you think to yourself... Oh, something wrong with the knife. There's nothing wrong with the knife. There's nothing wrong with the knife. And then you pick the burger up, well, I do anyway, getting gravy on my fingers or baked bean sauce, depending on what you've decided to have with it, and you put it in your mouth, and then 8 teeth fall out of your mouth. Serves you right. But pizza, for those not willing to wait, there's a microwave which is quick, but leaves the pizza a little soggy. The geniuses at Domino's in Australia have revealed a hack giving you the best of both worlds, and it's an absolute game changer. The pizza experts said that if you place your pizza in the microwave alongside a cup of water and put it on for 30 seconds, not only will you get quick results, but pizza also remains crispy. As reported by that excellent site, Lad Bible. Who watches the videos from that? Hilarious. Although Domino's says the method can't guarantee it will be as perfect as when it arrived, it will produce a far better results than if you microwave it without a cup of water. I don't know how on earth you get a cup of... Oh, mind you, you're only putting a slice in, aren't you? Maybe so. So that's what they say. The pizza experts have said that if you place your pizza in the microwave alongside a cup of water, put it on for 30 seconds, you'll get quick results, and the pizza will also remain crispy. Now, I would have thought that worked the other way, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think putting water in there would kind of moisten it rather than make it as it almost was? It says if you fancy being a bit of a daredevil instead, Domino's suggests putting 2 slices on top of one another with the toppings on the inside to make a pizza sandwich. Now that sounds delicious. A pizza sandwich. How many calories in that, boys and girls? Use a sandwich press or waffle maker to heat it up, and then you are good to go. Well, that sounds really nice to me. I'm very much liking the sound of that. Has anyone tried anything like that? How do you heat up your pizza as a matter of interest? How do you heat up your pizzas? Any idea? Peter Palawoda once fell asleep on a plane and his head was resting on the female passenger next to me. Oh, that old one. Oh, come on, Peter. That old one, is it? That old chestnut. Oh, I fancy the girl next to me, and if I pretend to close my eyes and fall asleep on her shoulder, she will think I've fallen asleep. That old one, Peter, yeah. We all know that one, mate. I used to do the same when I was in the Scouts. I think I was 15 at the time, and I fancied one of the other boys. So I used to pretend to fall asleep, and my head would drift down onto his shoulder. We all know that one, Peter. Dodgy old character you are. Sainsbury's do pepperoni pizza pasties. Have you tried those? I'm very surprised at you there, Mick. I didn't think you made pre-made food, Mick Davenport. Really? Prepared food? Well, my opinion of you has dropped dramatically, Mick. I didn't think you bought pre-made food. What's going on there, Mick? Were you feeling lazy that day? Terry says the cup of... Terry is being very scientific now. Terry, the cup of water helps the base stay crispy. We like crispy, Terry. Still allowing the cheese to melt without a cup of water, the pizza absorbs more of the microwave beans emitted, causing it to heat up quickly. Terry, it's so obvious you've been to university, not the thicko like I am here. Thank you, Terry. Dad's ex used to heat up sausage rolls by leaving them on the dashboard of the car. Do you remember the Lauren Hardy? You might be too young to watch Lauren Hardy, Dan, but there was one Lauren Hardy thing where I think they make tea or toast or something in the engine, and they're driving along, and he says, "Len, I think it's lunchtime," and they get out of the car, open up the engine, and there's a meal in there which has been warmed up on the engine. They bring it out and they put napkins on like that and start eating it from the engine. Thank you very much for your likes this morning. That's the little thumbs up thing underneath the little video box there. Thank you, those of you that are doing likes. Chatting to each other there. Let's just go up a little bit, see if we've got anything of interest there. No, the calendar changes on its own there. The calendar changes on its own there, Peter. Claire had her civil partnership ceremony 37 years in March, just before the lockdown. Me and him and 2 witnesses. I didn't know that, Claire. Was that in a really posh hotel? Probably somewhere like the Mandarin Oriental or Claridge's, knowing Claire. You know, won't be in a scout hut. I had my wedding in a scout hut. Yeah, trestle tables full of food and all this, that and the other. And a really odd DJ. It was a very strange DJ that we had. Good. I think we need to... it is nearly pills time. That's right. I might as well have them there, mightn't I? A little bit early. Just to get myself a little bit of energy ready for singing Barry Manilow's song, as paid for by someone on his channel. People pay me to sing on there now, you know. I'm paid to sing. Right, let's see if we can find a version of that there. Morning to Adrian. Morning to Adrian joining us today. Oh, I see some people have been sending in pictures of outside their front door. So thanks very much for that, gang. I shall stick them on the system and get them up for tomorrow. Right, let's find a version of I Write the Songs. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, got one straight away. Look at that. Piano solo YouTube. There we go. Let's try that one. Might have to change the key on this though. Here we go. Here we go. Would be really useful if I got the lyrics up as well, I suppose, wouldn't it? Hang on a minute. Right, these songs. Lyrics. There we are, lyrics. I don't know lyrics, dear. I don't know lyrics. There it is. I've got it. Got it now. Got it. Are you ready? Who was it who paid for this? Was it Jason? Jason or Sean? I think it was Jason or Sean have paid for me to sing. They love my singing so much. I love my singing. I know most of you on this channel love my singing. A lot of people are here just to see me sing. I'm fully aware of that. But I'm afraid I don't sing for free. No, I cannot prostitute myself like that. I don't sing for free. Thank you very much. Here we go, boys and girls. I've been alive forever. I wrote the very first songs. I put the words and the melodies together. I am music and I write the songs. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. My home lies deep within you, and I've got my own place in your soul. Now when I look out through your eyes, I'm young again, even though I'm very old. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. Oh, my music makes you dance and gives a spirit to take a chance. And I wrote some rock and roll so you can move. Music fills my heart. Well, it's a real fine place to start. It's for me, it's for you, it's for you, it's for me. It's a worldwide symphony. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. I am music and I write the songs. Thank you so much for your applause on that. So I thought I sung that excellently today. I'm sure you are all entirely agree with that one, boys and girls. There you go. Look, Paul and Lou, have I got any tapes for sale? There you go. Look, people want to buy my music. They want to buy it. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Fran. There may possibly be a CD coming out at Christmas. Start saving now. They won't be cheap. I can't just give stuff away here, dear. It's bad enough having to afford the bingo prizes and things like that. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Diane. Oh, Mick's just been out in the garden. Well, is your toilet not working then? Mick's so tight, he don't want to use his water. He goes out into the garden to have a wee now, doesn't he? Oh, dear. They like your singing in Marks and Spencer's. I don't get that. I don't get that, Adrian. Okay, fair enough. John Paris has left now. Bye-bye, boy. John don't want the singing. Perhaps I should do the singing at the beginning of the show. I don't know. Something like that. I want to see Chris and Barry Manilow sing together. I'd like that as well, David. I don't know if he'd allow me on the stage with him. Michael Lawrence has muted it. Claire, Guildford Register Office. And then we went to the pub. That's not like you, Claire, at all. You surprised me, my dear. All right, good. What else have we got here? Terrible losers. Cows. We were talking about cows the other day, weren't we? You know, moo. Moo. Great nephew Harry. He was funny yesterday doing a FaceTime with him and my nephew Gary. And he says, I'm a cow. Moo. I'm a cow. Moo. I said, that's not a cow, Harry. I'm a cow. Moo. No, Harry, that's not a cow. What's a cow then? Moo! That's a cow. Not moo. Moo. So I had to correct him yesterday, poor Harry. Moo! That's a cow. Now, do you remember me telling you a few months ago that myself and my sister and my brother-in-law, we'd gone for a walk down by the river up at the Caravan in Chapel Hill in Lincolnshire. And at the end of this path was a sty. Stile. A stile. Is it a stile or a sty? You know, one of those things you climb over. On the other side of the sty was a herd of cows. Literally at the sty. And they came over. You know, my sister's talking to them. She likes animals. I mean, I don't know why. She eats them as well. I don't understand it. How can you like animals and eat them at the same time? Like most of you. Oh, let's go to the zoo. Oh, look at the lovely little baby lambs. Aren't they cute? And then they eat one on Sunday. What's all that about, everyone? Oh, look at the little chickens. Let's go and stroke a chicken. Oh, yeah. It's gone. Perhaps not in one bite. Some of you with big mouths, it would have done. Huh? Anyway, so these cows are coming, and they're mooing. Moo. Now, I gotta say, I didn't find it particularly nice sound. I thought they sound angry. Can you get angry cows and not angry cows? How does that work? Something like that. Moo! Thank you, Durette. Loving the show today. Good morning, Durette. So we didn't go further than that. Well, there's a story today in The Sun, and this is why. Because I wouldn't be worried about a cow biting me. I'd be worried about one barging me. And we were very close to the river. You'd probably want to jump in the river, and then you don't know what sort of currents are under there or anything like that can sort of drag you under unexpectedly, and that's it. Bye-bye. I mean, I'm not sure that there would be alligators along the river with them in Lincolnshire. Wouldn't be any alligators there. Possibly. Maybe not even crocodiles. Not even a hippopotamus, but you don't know. That water could be running very quickly. Very dangerous. Don't jump in rivers. Even if cows come towards you. It's the trampling that worries me. Now, there are people in this world, I have to tell you, boys and girls, that like to be trampled. Oh, yes. I've seen it on some of the dating apps that I've been on. What into being trampled. Now, what's all that about, boys and girls? I'm sorry. You know, to lay down, I don't know, I suppose you lay on the floor, to have someone jump all over you with their feet. Trampling. It's all very strange and mysterious, don't you think, boys and girls? Very, very strange and mysterious. People on dating sites. What are you into? Trampling. So they lie down on the floor and people start trampling over them. But do you know what I say? Each and every one to their own. If that's what you like, then fine. I just don't fancy it happening from a herd full of cows. Because that's what happened to this bloke in the Sun today. A pensioner. And it's not a good ending. A pensioner was trampled to death by cows as he walked with his wife in the Yorkshire Dales. He was 82. He was out with his dogs and spouse in the Ribblehead Viaduct when they disturbed the cattle. And I can see a picture of it. Lovely, not much of a view actually. It's just fields. There's a couple of mountains in the distance. There's a big helicopter which presumably they'd called to try and help the man. He suffered serious head injuries after being trampled by the animals during the horror yesterday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. His 78-year-old wife, poor old soul, was airlifted to Lancaster Royal Infirmary, suffering from shock, but it's not thought to be badly injured. North Yorkshire Police said the cows were protecting their calves during the tragic incident. A spokesman added, an 82-year-old man from Pendle sadly died yesterday after being attacked by a herd of cows. Emergency services attended, and sadly the man was pronounced dead at the scene. She was 78. She was badly bruised and taken to the Royal Lancaster Hospital by air ambulance. The National Park Authority. Now, the National Park Authority have said keep dogs on leads when walking in the area and advise extra caution when close to livestock, particularly in the breeding season. Walkers should also ensure gates are closed behind them. So I'm kind of wondering, was it the dogs that actually upset the cows rather than the bloke there? You know what I mean? Because you know what dogs are like. Yeah, and I've had this conversation with my mate a few times. You know, if you've got a barking, yappy dog that seems to hate everyone, it's not necessarily the dog's fault. It's the way that the dog has been brought up. Ah, Claire has just sent in a £5 super chat. Thank you, Claire. Just for the singing. She noticed I just about hit the high notes there. I can't believe I'm being paid to sing in the mornings now. This is wonderful news. At last we can try and claw back a bit of cash that we've lost over the last month. I should never get that back. That I've lost over from non-appearances at karaoke nights. Dear. Thank you, Claire. Let me give you 5 free raffle tickets for our super draw on Thursday. There you go, Claire. There you are, my darling. There we are. Claire won the fridge magnet at the super draw last week, incidentally, gang, which is waiting to be put in the post. There we go. 5 tickets for you there, Claire. Can you see your names on the back there? Claire L. I put them in there. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire, for enjoying my singing. It's much appreciated. Yes, it's not I don't think it's the fault of the dog, and I tell you why. There's a bloke up there who's got these security dogs. They hate everyone. They frighten me. I mean, I've got to give him his due. He sees me coming. He immediately walks somewhere else or takes the dogs over off the path onto the bit of green with these great big thick ropes. And he's a big lad. He's a big lad. You know, those dogs are not going to pull him over, I don't think. But they see me, they start, and they frighten me. But give him his due and his missus. They see me coming. I don't know if they're like that with everyone. Presumably they are. And they immediately move off the path over onto the grass bit away from you. Fair enough. But then there's my lovely neighbour down the end, Babe Station Pearl, we call her. Such a nice lady. She's had Alsatians over the years. And I would walk past and these things would come running out of the house, the same as the other dogs that bloke's got, but jumping on me and literally trying to lick me to death. Like, I mean, I think I'd quite like to be an ice cream, wouldn't you? It's not the dog, it's the way they're brought up. I really believe that. And she had several dogs over the years, Alsatian. She's now got little Scottish Terrier, which is, again, seems to like me quite a lot. And when she had the Alsatians, which she's lost over the years, very sad, really, when you lose a pet, of course, isn't it? And these dogs used to come out, and they would be barking, but the tails would be wagging, and sometimes they nearly almost knocked me over. My sister had a Rottweiler, great big thing it was, great big head like this it was, right? As soft as anything. You'd come in and this thing would attack you with its tongue. Oh no, dear. I don't know if I'd like to be an ice cream, actually. I've got to take that back. Please don't lick me if you see me, dear. I shall make sure I eat something the night before if I come and visit you, okay? So that if you lick me, you won't like the taste. A little bit like the lily beetles. I'm convinced that none of my lilies have been eaten this year because I was right on it, straight on it, just like Claire was, just like Sean Pye was. Sean Pye's got a lovely selection of lilies as well that he's got there. Little lily beetles, they haven't eaten your leaves of fate. Why? Because you jumped on it straight away. As soon as you see those lily beetles, crush the lilies. None now. Haven't seen any for a couple of weeks now. We got them all. And the spray as well. And I reckon these lily beetles, they come, let's have that. Oh, they don't like that. I actually found a lily beetle on another plant. It had obviously had enough of the taste of the lily, or couldn't eat it because it didn't taste nice, because I've sprayed it with that stuff. I get through about 4 bottles of that in the summer, just for the lilies, which look like they are about to open, some of them. Very exciting. Very exciting. But that's the dog. Fran, garlic breath. Absolutely, garlic breath. I have a lot of that, Fran. Garlic breath. I like garlic. Mandy, moo! Moo! If you're gonna be a cow properly. Moo! Not moo. Moo. That's no good, Harry. Moo! I'm gonna have to do a TikTok video of me being a cow, especially for Harry. He was watching my TikTok videos, weren't he? I've told Gary to start doing TikTok videos. Thank you, Mick's just sent some photos of our front view. Thank you, Mick. I'll pull those up on tomorrow's show for you there. Sean, he's getting paid to sing. Hopefully he will get paid to shut up. How rude, Sean. Good morning to George Bond today. Do you want to do bingo, Mr. Jason Hughes? Yeah, Jason's usually here doing the bingo, George. He's usually here. George is doing bingo today, are you? Yeah, George is doing some bingo today. Peter, perfect pitch. I doubt that. I haven't got perfect pitch at all. Actually, Shania, I think she might have gone to work now. Shania says she's got perfect pitch, which means if she sings a note, it's the correct note. If I sang a note, I don't know, C, there's my C. Probably not the right key. I'd have to go to a piano and play it then, and do it like that. Andy, if you have a cow walking backwards, you get oom. Oom. I like that. Well done, Andy. Well done, Andy. How much to do Fix You by Coldplay? Oh, Fix You by Coldplay. Is that the one that goes da 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 da? Oh, one of my karaoke singers. Her name was Gwen. And she was an elderly lady. She used to follow me around to all the karaoke. She's no longer with us, unfortunately. And she used to do that one. Always had me in tears, that one. Thank you. Oh, you're enjoying my singing in Marks and Spencer's. Okay, well, I get it now. All right. I see applause there coming up as well. Ah, lovely. No, as soon as I finish the show, George, I do the raffle tickets and then I go out. Or I don't hang around. Once the show's finished, it's finished. I come away from the computer then. You've been staring at the screens for a couple of hours. Starts getting on your eyes a little bit. Claire, my lilies have started opening yesterday. Beautiful orange flowers. No more beetles. No, you find that, Claire. Once they've started flowering, you don't get the beetles anymore. I don't know why that is. Maybe the flowers set off some sort of scent that the beetles don't. Any chance of a photo there, Claire, of your lilies? I'd love to see them, darling. I would love to see them. Okay. Another story here. Why have we got that story again in a Daily Mirror? Another full moon. Last one of the year. I'm not even going to bother reading it. Every month that blooming story comes around about there being a full moon and it's the last chance you'll be able to see it until 2025. Isn't it? Always the same. Supermarket workers have been sharing tactics used by sneaky shoppers. Are you a sneaky shopper? I'm watching. See if you're a sneaky shopper. Many supermarket customers use cheat tactics to try and grab... See, I'd be terrified at being caught. Can you imagine that? Doing something naughty in a supermarket, going for the door. Excuse me, sir, could I have a look in your bag, please? And all those people watching you. I'd be terrified to do it. But people do, as you well know. They nick stuff from shops. Many supermarket customers use cheat tactics to try and grab a bargain, from switching discount stickers to eating on the way round, and it can cost the shops a fortune. I've seen that, people eating stuff on the way round. I've also seen people eating stuff on the way round and then taking the wrapper to the till with the shopping and paying for what they've just eaten. But I don't think you should be allowed to pick something off the shelf and eat it before you've paid for it. That's wrong to me. That's very wrong. You know, I just have a little bit of this sausage roll. No, not until you've paid for it. I think that's wrong. Supermarket workers have revealed the worst underhand tactics they've witnessed shoppers use in a bid to cheat the system and grab an unfair bargain. It comes after one store noticed a growing trend in customers snapping the stalks off broccoli to decrease the weight. See, I wouldn't even think of doing that. What a good idea. Well, you're not going to eat that bit, are you? Why have they put it on there? To make more money from you. They snap the stalks off broccoli to decrease the weight. Well, what does that save? About a penny, if that. It results in a sign being put up to warn that they would charge double if shoppers were caught in the act. It turns out that they're known as stalk snappers. Are you a stalk snapper? It turns out that stalk snappers are just the tip of the iceberg, as workers in supermarkets shared their own similar experiences with crafty customers. Are you a crafty customer? Are you? I'm watching. The cameras are... Aren't you worried about being caught on a camera? The cameras all over the blooming place in shops. Anyway, Mike, who was previous manager of a supermarket in Australia, said the attempts are no different to stealing. So don't do it or you could find yourself in a lot of trouble. He said one of the most common scams was customers pulling discount stickers off one item and placing it on another, as reported in the news. Well, surely they must know at the till what's on discount and what isn't. You know, if you've been, I don't know, if you've been putting through tins of baked beans, okay? And you've been doing it. You've been sat there for 5 hours pulling these tins of bacon, and then one appears 5 pence off. Surely you're going to think there's something that's not right. Surely. And then you push that button, and that little red light comes on. A little man or lady comes running over. Yes, can I help you? Till number 4. Could you have a price check on that? Oh, well, that was like that when I saw it. I mean, you've got, I suppose... No, you can look on the camera. You look on the camera and see that someone's peeled off the sticker. Disgusting. Policy meant the store had to honour the discounted rates. So to combat it, they started adding product codes to discount stickers to be able to track which item it was originally attached to. Oh, yeah, I see how that works, yeah. So now it might say 5p off. But there's like a code on there, so when they scan it, I suppose it comes up on their little cash register. It's more like a computer now, isn't it, than a cash register. Comes up that 5p off baked beans. Well, if you've put that on a tin of spam, they're going to know, aren't they? Good, and hopefully you'll be prosecuted. Because it's people like me who pay normal prices for stuff and don't do things. We have to pay for all this stuff that gets lost. You and me who don't do things like this. Customers... then apparently started simply tearing off those details off the sticker too. Oh, God. Mike says it's a constant game of cat and mouse. People would also bash holes in packaging, such as cereal boxes, before trying to claim a discount on the item. Wow. The former manager said they'd be able to identify serial offenders because they would see them hunched over a product on closed-circuit television, which no one normally does. A manager of another store said, similar to the broccoli scam, shoppers often rip stalks from tomatoes to make them cheaper. Well, I mean, how much does that weigh? A stalk on a tomato? Oh, please. And the bottom of crates were always full of tomato trusses which hadn't just fallen off spontaneously. It's shocking, isn't it? I mean, you imagine, even if you had a shopping basket full of stalks, that's probably going to save you about 5 pence, if that. He also said his store bags with a plastic... He also said his store used bags with a plastic insert at the bottom to maintain the structure. And it was the perfect size to hide a chocolate bar underneath. If customers were caught, they would simply say it slipped under its own accord and it had been an innocent mistake. One of Mike's pet peeves, this is what the managers of one of these places, was customers who would eat fruit on the way round the shop, such as a banana, and then simply weigh the peel when it come time to pay. Gosh. You couldn't make half this stuff up, could you? I wouldn't have a clue on most of it. It was also often grab the largest apple or banana they could find, eat it, and then dig out the smallest piece of fruit as a substitute for staff to weigh instead, claiming it was identical to the one they'd already scoffed. And here he says it here. Although the cost of what the customers were getting away with for each visit was insignificant. That's to the customer, you see. What have you saved? 3 pence? 4 pence or cents? He said it all adds up over the period. If a lot of people are doing this, of course it would add up to the supermarket. Over the course of a year, some of these people were getting away with hundreds of dollars through their cheap little tricks. It's essentially stealing, which of course it is. So there's a few things. I'll tell you what I have seen in stores. I've seen people getting, like, you know, the self-service things. You know, put your item here and your checkout and all that business. Beep, beep. And I've seen people pick something expensive like grapes. They're quite expensive. Expensive grapes. And you see them put them on a scale and they put carrots on. So instead of being like 80 pence a pound or £1.60 a pound, they're like 20 pence a pound. I've seen that. So they put them through as carrots instead of grapes. I mean, why don't these people get caught? Well, because there's only one person dealing with 10 of these things. Talking to grapes, there is a particular type of grape that comes out. It's not out very long. I've only ever seen it in Marks and Spencer's and Waitrose. And these grapes, I can't remember what they're called. They taste like candy floss. Oh my God, they are delicious. And you only see them for a few weeks in the year. Don't know when they come out. So if you're one of those shoppers and you see these candy floss, I don't remember what they're called, candy floss grapes. They might be called floss or something like that. If you ever see those coming out, please let me know as soon as I can, because we only get a couple of weeks to buy those. Oh, they're delicious. Claire, my dad sometimes ate a bar of chocolate going round a supermarket and left the wrapper in the basket at the till. Really embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. You at least you're paying for it, but I wouldn't eat it before I'd paid for it. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that at all. There's Chris Woodhouse. Morning, Chris. DJ Chris is in the house. Morning. Dave Holland remembers the old days when people used to take out those free toys, the cornflakes boxes. Some days I wouldn't get one in my box when I was a kid. Aww. I don't think they were in all the boxes, were they, the free toys? Sometimes they were, and Frosties were good at that, weren't they? Kellogg's Frosties with Terry the Tiger. Was it Terry the Tiger? Yes. Poor Mandy's been stood on and bitten and kicked by horses, Peter. Wow. Wow. Like being in one of the clubs that I've DJ'd in, to be honest, Mandy. Especially the Black Cap. Dave Holland, they won't see who you are with a face mask on. Well, I do have a face mask in a supermarket. I don't like going in a or anywhere enclosed anymore. I've got real anxiety going out now. Real anxiety. What are we saying there? Anything interesting there? Okay. Right. Should we do another story? Dallas. Dallas, South Fork Ranch. It's just a very quick thing here I saw on my Twitter. Was it? Tweet. I'm not on it much. Twitter thing. I have a quick flick down there, see if there's anything of news. South Fork. They've reopening South Fork Ranch. Now, South Fork was the big house in Dallas. And it's a while ago now that Dallas was on, of course. But you can go around visiting. I've always said I want to go and see that in Dallas. What else there is to do in Dallas, I don't know. It's quite a modern city, but I would like to go and visit South Fork Ranch. And it's opening again on Tuesday, June the 16th. So southforkranch.com, it says, for more details. So I really would like to go and have a look at that. 2 more stories and we'll do today's raffle tickets, okay? Woman's hack for keeping flies out of the kitchen. Ain't it annoying? Especially those great big black things that come and buzz around you in the kitchen while you're trying to do something. Well, when the weather gets warmer, we quickly find ourselves in the Daily Mirror today, throwing open all the windows in the house and hoping to bring in a breeze or a draft. But what usually happens is we end up welcoming in a number of bugs, including flies, or great big massive spiders, Rachel. Spiders. The buzzing sound they make as they fly around the rooms is enough to set anyone's teeth on edge. One woman thinks she's found a way to stop it, and it's easy. Taken to the Facebook group Hinch Army Cleaning Tips, the woman revealed all. She shared a photo of a clear plastic bag hanging from her kitchen window. Inside the bag is some water and 6 shiny pennies. She explained after seeing someone post about the water-filled bag and coins, to stop flies, I thought I'd give it a try. We normally always have about 5 or 6 flies just flying around in the middle of the kitchen. So annoying. Well, since the bag has been up, I haven't had a single fly in the kitchen. I wonder why that is. Her post quickly went viral with many people asking how it works. She did a bit of research in the matter, so she should give them an answer. She claims the water and the pennies create a prism that reflects colours and also projects the image of water. Flies don't like water, and they don't like the colours given off from the pennies. She added, flies have compound eyes, so the bags look like a giant body of water to them. Therefore, they leave. They don't like it. Whether or not this is true is yet to be seen, but some people in their comments said they'd tried the hack for themselves and hadn't seen any flies in the house either. Wow. One person replied, it's been up since 9 o'clock in the morning. We've had no new flies in the house yet. So far, so good. A second wrote, the trick also works outdoors. I hang one on my balcony and the flies are gone. I might try this in the garden with those blooming gnats that fly around at night. So that's a good idea. Maybe you want to try that. Of course, not much fun if the bag of water bursts while you're going underneath it, does it? Terrible. Oh dear. Oh dear. Does anyone buy food from the reduced section? Yes, Peter, me. Always. Always. Always do that. Always do that. Peter Wright just looked at the grapes from Marks and Spencer's. The candy floss grapes look yummy. They seriously taste like candy floss. They are absolutely delicious. You've got to do that. You've got to do that. Good luck with Pop Master on BBC Radio 2 there, John, if you're playing that today. Angie, the candy floss grapes are beautiful. Are they called candy floss grapes, Andy? I'm not sure. Not quite sure of that. Claire, my dad sometimes... We've done that one. Done Claire. Good. Good. One more story, and then we'll be giving out the raffle tickets for next Monday's raffle. Let me just put those in order. If you've applied by email, thank you. You can you can put up there now, tickets please, and by the end of the story I'll be ready to do those then. Okay? Or text in now if you want a raffle ticket and you haven't asked yet. In the Daily Mirror, wasps. So we've gone from flies to wasps. From flies to wasps. There's nothing that ruins the relaxed vibe in the garden in the Daily Mirror game more than having to swat away wasps. and flies attracted by the smells of your delicious food and drink. And they're clever wasps. Instead of swinging tea towels around to try and warn off the pests, one mum has come up with a simple but genius solution to keep them at bay. My little hack of the day, having a barbecue and was fed up with the flies going near my drink. They do seem to gather around something sweet like cans of Coca-Cola, and it's so simple. All I do was pop a sandwich bag over the top and poke the straw through the sandwich bag. Now no insects can get in. If you don't have any sandwich bag, try using cling film as a substitute to stop wasps and flies being attracted to your sugary beverage. So very, very easy there. Other members even suggested upside down cake cases, tinfoil, and also say they do a good job. Because, of course, you know when you open a can, that hole's actually quite big, isn't it? So if you cover the hole with something else and just push the straw through it, then there's no gap. And that's why that works, apparently. So that's a good thing. Wasps are clever, though. They are clever. Because my younger nephew, when I first got my caravan, my sister was there, my brother-in-law, and my younger nephew turned up, Jimmy. And we were having scones. And he came and we gave him a scone with a jam and thing on it. So he's eating this. This wasp comes around him, doesn't it? I ran around it. He said, "Oh, it's a wasp. Get it away, get it away." I said, "Go in the caravan, Jim." So, of course, he's gone in the caravan. Well, the wasp has followed him. I've got this, like, netting thing. Like, it's like several pieces hanging down like this, which is very good at keeping the flies and wasps out, actually. But where he's gone in, he hasn't been careful as he's gone in. He's left the thing open. The wasp has just followed him in there, hasn't it? I said, "It's followed you in, Jim," and he hadn't got far in the door. I said, "Open the thing and hold the plate outside." All right? So he's done that. He's opened the thing, held the plate. Of course, the wasp has followed the plate out. I said, "Right." And then he let it go and then pulled his arm in. Wasp. That's it. Wasp stuck outside. You think that would be the end of it? Oh, no. The wasp, we observed the wasp then. It's going up and down the strips of gauze, whatever it's called, gauze, like a bit like net curtain. It's going up and down this gauze, looking and waiting for a gap so that it can get in. I kid you not. They don't give up easily, those wasps, do they? Most annoying thing. But they must be doing something, mustn't they? I think they're like bees wasps. They do things to plants and that. We can't just get rid of them. That's the only thing with all insects. They all do, I suppose, mosquitoes, even they do something, I suppose. The benefit, what do mosquitoes do? Let's have a look. What do mosquitoes do for the environment? I bet they do something. All animals do something. What do mosquitoes do for the environment? Here we are. Mosquito views. What is the purpose of mosquitoes? They spread diseases, but even if they don't, insecticides. It must do something. I don't know. It'll take a little bit of looking into it. That I haven't got anything immediately for that. Do mosquitoes pollinate? Let's have a look there. Male mosquitoes never bite. Wow, I didn't know that. The females need the protein in blood to produce eggs. They don't gather pollen like bees. They fly from flower to flower to feed. And along the way, they carry pollen from one blossom to another. There you go. You see? I knew it. All these insects do something. They do something. We can't just get rid of everything like that. All right. Cotton candy grapes. Yeah, that's right. Cotton candy grapes. I remember now. Cotton candy grapes. Okay, let's do our raffle tickets for next Monday's show, gang. Let's see. Jason Hughes, we'll start with 541, Jason. Thank you, Jason. Maureen, hang a mint tea bag at the window. Flies don't like the smell of mint, says Maureen. There you go. There's Maureen's little trick there. Maureen wants a ticket. 542 for you, Maureen. 542 for Maureen. Where did we go there? Jason. Michael Lawrence. 543. Thank you, Michael. Paul and Lou, 544. Andy, 545. Diane Jeb, 546. Tony King, 547. Peter Wright, 548. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. What's Peter saying? He's missed something. Peter, you never miss anything. You can always... It goes back up as a recording later. Once we finish it live, you can just go and watch it again from wherever you ever you want to watch it there, okay? So, you know, you can never miss anything completely. Just means you haven't seen it live. Makes no difference. You know, like all the programmes on the telly. You don't think they're live, do you? Practically everything's recorded on the telly. Even the links. I knew that one of the lads, a very good-looking lad, he used to do the children's BBC. He used to come to one of the clubs, and I can't remember what his name is now. He also appeared on that thing that's something to do with Doctor Who. Oh, God, what's that other... You know, the spin-off from Doctor Who. He was also on that one. Anyway, he used to come to heaven dancing and meeting people and what have you. And he told me that all those bits in between the children's, you know, that when they had that bloke in the broom cupboard, in later years, that was all recorded. All recorded. It wasn't live at all. Dave Holland. Thank you, Dave. 549 for the birthday boy today, David Holland, who had a personal song today, didn't you, David? Holland. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Mick Davenport, 550. Mick Davenport, 550. 551 for Adam the Plumber. Thank you, Adam. Make sure you write those numbers down, boys and girls. Make sure you write those numbers down, because we don't read the names out when we do the raffle next Monday. Make sure you write those numbers down. 552 for Peter Paliwoda. John Aitken, 553. Ross Herndon, 554. Dave, yes, what do you want to know? What the winning ticket was? 472. There you go. 472 was the winning ticket, and it has not yet been claimed. Check your tickets. Who's got 472 because you've won the fridge magnet? Check your tickets now, please. Immediately. Where did we get to? Ross Herndon, Jason. Dave Holland I've done. Fran Green, 555. Thank you, lovely Fran. Colin K, 556. Terry Eats hasn't seen... I haven't seen any wasps. One, I think, Terry, so far. Do you remember that year, a couple of years ago? Oh, my God, they were everywhere. Do you remember that, Terry? Well, I was up in Woodall Spa in Lincolnshire. They got in the co-op as well. They're all round of food in the co-op. It was awful. Blooming wasps. Daniel Holmes. Daniel, what's wrong? Of course you're allowed a raffle ticket. Everyone's allowed a raffle ticket, darling. Why wouldn't you be allowed a raffle ticket? Claire, thank you, Claire. 558. Going to post your letter soon, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Where did we get to? Claire. Terry H. 559 for you, Terry. Make sure you write that number down. You haven't been here a while, have you, Terry? You need to write the number down, because when we call the raffle, we only read the number. It's up to you to claim it. All right, my love? So keep hold of that number. Paul Adamson in Amsterdam. 560, Paul. There you go, my darling. 560 for Paul. There's all your names on here, see? They're all on here. And they get torn off and put in that metal thing after I finish the show. Dave misses Maureen singing those happy songs. Yeah, Maureen does happy songs, doesn't she? She's got a little dance as well. Have you noticed, Maureen? I noticed that with you, Maureen. As the karaoke went on, you introduced a little dance. It's all part of the fun. We like fun. Is that everyone? Let's have a look. Scrolling down there. Peter. Scrolling. Oh, gosh, I'm having to see this here. Colin Coates. Thank you, Colin. Colin Coates on ticket number 561. That was last week, Daniel. A week has passed now. You're not banned anymore, dear. You're only banned for a week, dear. Doesn't go on unless you're really bad. Unless you're very, very naughty. And then I have to take the advice of the lady who is in charge of pain and suffering on this channel. I had to take her advice. We do. Paul and Lou. Thank you, Paul and Lou. Where are we now? Paul and Lou is on 562. Okay, thank you, Paul and Lou. Right, got some email requests in from raffle tickets, which I'll do after the show, from Michael, George, Shania, Simon, Adrian, Dr. Gregorian, and I think that's it. Okay, and Gavin as well. I've got your emails there waiting to be done, so I'll do those after the show. If I've missed anyone out, please speak now. Meantime, it's time for today's birthdays. Of course, we've already run Dave Holland, but we'll do it again. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 1st of June, 2020, to Mr. Dave Holland. Happy birthday to you, sir. Also today, Lesley Wright's birthday. We've got quite a lot today. Laura Ann Richardson, happy birthday. Chris Manzar, 50, the big 50 for you, Chris, today. Morning, Chris. Happy birthday to Chris Manzar. Graham Morden is 61 today. He was in the Scouts with me, actually. Graham Morden. He was the son of Ted Morden, who was our Scout leader, Skip, known as Skip. And he was the most wonderful man, I tell you. He was absolutely fantastic. Such a nice man. We lost him a few years ago, and I didn't know that he died. Otherwise, I would love to have come to the funeral. But there you go. We didn't know. So he's such a nice man, Ted Morden. And it's one of those people that you miss. You know, you lose people over the years as you get older, and there are certain ones that stick in your head, and Ted was certainly one of them. Such a wonderful man. Happy birthday to you, Graham, 61 today. Alex Suzko. Morning, Alex. Suzko, I think I've got you right there. 24 years old today. Is our baby today, isn't it, Alex? 24. Wolfgang Newman. Hello, Wolfgang. 70 years old today. Wolfgang used to come to the karaoke when we did it at the City of Quebec, which was a lovely place. I was only there a year. Then it closed down for a refit, reopened, and they just wanted to go in a different direction and didn't do karaoke anymore, although it all went very wrong, I'm pleased to say. They had the most awful woman running the place. Now, what was her name? Mitzi or something like that. I don't know. Can't think what her name was. But happy birthday to you, Wolfgang. Many happy returns to Wolf. He lives in Germany there. He's German. Happy birthday today to David Hand. Debbie Geese. Morning, Debbie. Guys, I think it is Debbie Guys. Happy birthday. Zoe Walls or Wallace. Do you know, I can't see the writing. Just a minute. Zoe Walls today is 35 years old today. Julie Parr. The lovely Paris King. Michael Lorenzo today, 38 years old. Danny O'Keefe. Happy birthday to you, Danny. Joseph Freeman today is 70 years old. Andy Spiegel. Happy birthday to you. And finally, Peter Giles today is 41 years old. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. There you go. Happy birthday, children. Dave today is 46 years old. Oh, Dave. Not quite at the 50 yet, are you? Life gets better as you get older, I kid you not. It really does. Thanks so much for joining us today. Tomorrow we'll be here as usual in the morning. Also on Tuesday nights we do our quiz. And we like a few more people playing the quiz, if at all possible. So if you see the poster, there's a Facebook event I've created as well. First time I've done that. Please copy and paste that to your wall, and we can get a few more people involved in that as well. But that's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Thanks very much for joining us today. Thank you, those of you that sent us a little tip there. Much appreciated. Don't forget, you check your raffle tickets. We still haven't had this claimed yet. 472 was the winner of today's raffle. So if you want to claim that and you know you're 472, you're watching a recording of the show, possibly one of our wonderful silent viewers, just pop us in an email and claim your prize. And once someone's claimed it, I let everyone know who's won that. Have a lovely day. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Time to go and post your prizes off from yesterday. See you soon. Bye-bye now.